y'all didn't catch me slipping beat hell out of me for some bull job y'all did. So come on, fellas. Hey,
from Los Angeles, California.
Guys always was fighting on.
It's week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
That yellow clip. Pound for pound, down to the league. I was the second stronger player. I was 225 pounds on 1907.
You was the second strongest player on your team, maybe.
No, in the league, body weight, pound for pound. You did that with no
We'll
spot
see
man.
Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today on to week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers.
I gotta see that for myself. Hey, Joe, that's AI, Joe. That's AI. That ain't real. Hey, Chat, that's AI. Don't.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one thing, the chat knows.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
You just never know. Just in case.
I've been retired 22 years.
Okay. With double years. What you want to do?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I can do the same thing.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense came to play. They're going to bottle him up behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Hey, no, I'm good, Joe. I'm good, Joe. But when it comes to competing, can't nobody see me in nothing. I don't care who it is or what it is. And Joe, this is what I do, Joe.
Man, Ocho, I don't even really live like that no more, Ocho. But for you, man, lost his mind over there. Yeah. Who you? I mean, Ocho, you can't even do 315.
How you gonna tell me what I can do? I'll do it tomorrow before my flight. I'll do it before my flight tomorrow to show you. Hey, lifting weight ain't nothing to me, I'm
trying to think.
Hey, listen,
hold on, where we go?
Listen, let me finish. I've been pushing weight since the 80s. I've been lifting weight since the 80s.
All right.
What you talking about?
All right.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Joe, I done it all, Joe. Well, I was a mule for the cartel, Joe. What you talking about? That's what I do. Hey, look at this. Look at it. Let me put it in the camera for you so you can see. Joe, you see that? That's 30 inches, boy. That's 30 inches.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. And here's Jake Bailey now. Kamara now to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mahomes firing complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Chiefs at 11-2 now, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This one brought in by Jefferson. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for dealing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Pacheco gets it, tries the left side. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Pacheco once more. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra play by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
It's always great to see somebody professional do what they do.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's across the 40 for extra yards to the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
The record held until Butch Reynolds broke it. He ran 43. I think Butch ran 43.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd down and 4.
In 2016 in Rio, he ran 43 up 3. I'm asking because I know both y'all ran.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
I ran track. He didn't run the track.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Christian Wilkins. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They run a lot of 600 meters.
On the return, it's Kamara. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
So, but when he goes forward, he had to turn over.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
But that endurance, that work that they put in on Joe is
They keep it with Henry on first down. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Calling the gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And you had to make all the hurdles, you had to make the 400s and end up in it. So you couldn't, you had to
on 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
You only got 4 minutes, though, Joe. So you ain't no take no 10 minutes.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard at 43.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the run.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
I like that play call right after they've been sacked because they anticipated pressure again. And if you believe that, you know you got to get the ball out of your hands quickly. That one was incomplete.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Running left to give to Pacheco. And they go the wrong way here. Knocks back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Justin Jefferson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running. Because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Chiefs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Gets to sacrifice their platform.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Strickland. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now this throw caught left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big time.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. 3rd and long. It's Herbert. As they've got it as we resume action. And they will touch him down, but not the before he gets the first. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've got their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
And for my sanity, the legacy, take care of yourself.
They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the one.
All of a sudden, those lanes over there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer from a yard out. And the Chargers are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And on the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
We got to make some noise this year, man. I ain't going to lie, Ocho. I almost jumped off the bandwagon.
Mahomes now on first down. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
We got the best receiver in the game over there in Cincinnati, huh?
Y'all got a bad one.
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah. Act like you know.
Ain't worried about that. Cowboys play the Bengals this year.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Steps away. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it, because there's been something going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
On 3rd and short to get to the tight end. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop the shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Oh, good move. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
TJ he want that, what you call him? He want that, Miles Garrett. He want that.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
They're not cheap, but, they don't. After like a couple of contract days,
and it's straight, it's Pacheco. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
And that one earlier was bidding for a 2nd.
He's 30. I hope he don't go to Washington.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Mahomes now to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Look in the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
College players, because some are prioritizing the bag
Herbert.
over a great situation.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, LA. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction.
When that money comes, you know what I'm saying? And for college players that potentially might not make it into the NFL, and there's a substantial number of those people. Even if they get
this one complete. It's Rasheed Rice. Good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Running back, absolutely. People didn't put numbers on the board. That's what, on the sack master, right? Something like that. You know, pass rush.
They're trying to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
But if money's the deciding factor, determining factor, then yeah, that could be something that would stop somebody from wanting to go further. And yeah, if you can get the money and you don't have to go in the NFL and risk your body and risk that pain, and you got a plan to do something with that money.
First down carry for Henry.
I think it works to your ability.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 47. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Here's Jefferson to pull that in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That is one heck of a catch right there. I got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Complete. Jefferson the target. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down.
So it's a NFL version of this topic. Jalen Hurts was concerned for his teammates after signing the biggest deal in NFL history. Don't screw the team. Make sure my team is around, he told his agent. How am I going to keep my team around? How are these guys still going to
They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
And be able to keep X, Y, Z, and P, Q around, as opposed to taking all this money and only be able to keep 1 or 2 of those guys around. You see his offensive line?
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
They re-signed Brown, they re-signed Devontae Smith. He understands he's not bigger than to be good. He understands he's not bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? He understands that, yes, we're successful. And
inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Year after year after year, and you're winning with that as a key piece. And we've seen it done. You know,
first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Award-winning team is not hurting for money. He's not hurting for opportunities for money. He's seen what that check was before that check for everything.
Third and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Henry. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The big back Derrick Henry held out of the end zone. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here this close to their goal line. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game. And the team's coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
What the bleep am I doing with my life? I'm out here playing fullback. I don't even want to do this.
The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message is too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. I will guarantee you, the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. 40 yards rushing for them now in the ball game. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Henry up the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you're artist and you tour, you put together what's known as a ride. And a ride is everything.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Ready for you when you arrive in.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Here's 3rd and 3.
I know they're not going to have this and that. They ain't going to find it.
They give to, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up
and avoids the turnover. This is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
I can find one. That's very true. That's very true.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want to get the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He sets to fire deep. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Ooh, the juice. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to slip through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. But he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they take advantage of what looked like an unsure defense. They wind up getting 8 on 4th and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic. Well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down the defense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Women's soccer, you wail down the list, bro. It's something. Look, going down and you see.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And going the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. Now Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Jefferson moving in motion left. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get to it after a gain of 7 to the 47.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now, all of a sudden, a track and field star is on the same level. Like, there's no disrespect to the athlete.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of 45.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Nobody's going to invest in a shoe that people are going to buy. Why? They buy fashion. One, because fashion.
On 3rd down, Henry. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
People will buy their shoes, put them on, and go fucking play basketball. And guess what else they'll do?
Again, it's Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
He's a world champion of what? The USA? Bro, I think he's trolling this, bro. I think he's trolling this.
A give to Henry, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to a modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Exactly.
The 20th carry down for Derrick Henry. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. A short one there to Fryermuth. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Cotton brings it in over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They come out here in the 3rd quarter, possess the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 6 yards away. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He finds his man complete. That's Strickland. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
I'm going to come out there with cowboy boots and black leather trench coat, and I'm going to have a toy gun on my side. If you say you're going to go, Billy, just go
to the air again, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You can't watch them unless you go on the internet, you go on the Ukraine and pull them up and track.
Now it's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Herbert back to the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. Dillon trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they got to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
I'm trying to put my helmet right here.
Dillon again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense is going to win.
And this is going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. The guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Credit into the 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where the extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's 3rd and 5.
They'll set up a throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
In basketball and football. And, you know, like you say, for whatever reason, turnovers just been killing them in the postseason. So I look forward to, you know, learning from their mistakes. And obviously,
Mahomes throwing on 4th.
I mean, it's a great chance for them.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
We need the final game. In the NFL, every football game is a game 7. And you deal with the finality of it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Like I said, it's and I think he just put so much on.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he's forced out right. A short one there to Flyview. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
That pressure builds up. But you know it ain't no tomorrow. You go out there making mistakes.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 113 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds Houghton over the middle. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 2 now, second and goal. Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
This one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
When they got off the field on 3rd down, an excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And then you come back to week we play. Man, come on.
A first down carry for... Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say, we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 2nd and a couple. From the 50, here's Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. 9 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. From the 46, here's second down and 8. They'll run again with Henry. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Mahomes. Fighting through pressure. And now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Man.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Hey, none of them ears gonna bother me. I promise you.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And
that's goddamn Shador.
This one's gone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, incomplete. Great coverage there. He was in the perfect position defensively to make a play on the football. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0 0 0s. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. ball picked up by the offense, but here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Mahomes now to throw. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield was excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now back to throw. That is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I was playing here in Atlanta.
Herbert.
The challenges that just came out.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On first down, Justin Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he's got this down to the 35. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Kansas City, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year.
Then another 21, 22, 23-year-old would, and his last name isn't Sanders. His last name isn't, his father isn't Coach Bryant. Okay.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hard-working crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
I understand, you're young and X, Y, and Z. I say, but he was like, bro, if that time blows, it's over. I say, and then what, Granny? Basically, you just killed your granny. Yeah. So I took that, and so, I had to slow it down. I mean, I got 2 tickets, one at 108 and another at 92 in a span of 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. Because you don't think about the worst that could possibly happen. Not at that time. Not at that time. You know what I mean? You flowing that thing, hey. I know, I done been there, man. I done been there, but you're right. Boy, time blowout, something happened. And that's normally, you see guys have these tragic accidents to where, you end up hitting somebody and it's a fatal car accident. And that's the one thing you do not want. No. You know what I mean? And that's why I started thinking, Joe, I wouldn't want someone to give my grandmother, my mother that news. I damn sure don't want to be the reason somebody else got to give somebody else, my own grandmother, that news. Or a husband, or wife, or whatever the case may be. I didn't want that on my conscience. Nah. Hey, look. And as you get older, you become a lot wiser. Because, boy, look, you can't pay me to do that now. Right? The internet did what the internet does and found that in 12/30/07, LeBron James, 23, was cited for going 101 by law enforcement. Shador Sanders, age 23, was cited going 101 by law enforcement. Look like Shador is destined to become the GOAT. The greatness is upon him, man. Boy, the internet, boy, y'all. Hey, they come up with anything, make it sound good when they are. Look like he destined for greatness, baby. I'm glad they went to the internet to ride when I was in college and all the reckless stuff and the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Joe, you don't think anything can happen to you. You think you would be, and that's a part of it, because a lot of us is that we're athletes, and that's what makes us who we are. Yeah. The belief that we can do things that other people can't. The belief that what happens to someone that's not an athlete or a normal civilian, that can't possibly happen to us. We're invincible. Man, listen. When I was in college, I had got pulled over. I got a ticket. And just irresponsible. Didn't tell my mama. Didn't just do that thing in the glove compartment. Next thing you know, I got a court date that I done missed. And you know what's next. Or they get a bench warrant for you to come to get you. Failure to appear. I get pulled over again. Straight to the jail you go with. Look, I give him my driver's license, and he go back to the car. He run. I'm like, damn, what's taking that man so long? He come back out. He got his handcuffs out. I'm like, damn, the hell he got his handcuffs out for? he say, Mr. Johnson, well, you got a failure to appear. Man put me in cuffs, took me downtown. Damn. Yeah, took me downtown. I had to call a couple of my teammates. They had to piece up. I think it was like $200 something to get me out. Yeah, man. You gotta be responsible. I know. I done been there. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button. And guys, go subscribe to the Nightcap Podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. I want to thank each and every one of you that's tuned in tonight, that support.
Means something. Okay, that might be too connected. I texted you guys. That's why with AT&T, if there's a network interruption, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day of service. Guaranteed.
I'm an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I will never accept defeat. I am an American soldier. Fame Center does a great job of tutoring Dwight Howard. Bryant rattles it in from the line during the regular season, but hit 70% in that Cleveland series as Bryant. Free agency. It's the first time he was going to be a featured part of any offense. Bryant, quick move, blocked by Howard, but he hit it off the backboard. That was close. And the question is, if you stand Van Gundy as Dwight Howard helped defense, certainly got to the glass first and then have a field. Bryant gets inside, tough shot, gets it to go. Hey, you guys sound like some of the other national media now. Well, Kobe Bryant so good at making plays, pick and roll, does a good job of keeping the defender on his back side of the offensive guys of the Lakers. Bryant features right on top of him. Kobe Bryant deflected by Nelson. Bryant gets it right back. Falling away, tough shot, puts it in. Oh, what a shot from Kobe Bryant. See, you should be in timeout right away. You make a shot like that, you have to go to